wanted to call. I mean, I'm locked up here in Oshkosh Correctional Institution in Wisconsin, and we had an incident here that they feel it's okay for our dishes, like our meal trays, to be washed in a used garbage can with a toilet bowl brush.
Dude, this is so
disgusting.
Well, and the thing is, the guy that were doing it, I confronted him, and I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, it's okay, we rinsed it out, we sanitized it.
Oh. Thank you for calling the Manwich Show, man. What's your name, man?
My name's Kevin.
Nice to meet you, Kevin, man. Thanks for calling, man.
Not much. Fighting the fight in here. It's a losing battle.
Tell us your story, man. Tell us your story.
Correctional institution.
How you doing today, man? Can you give us your name?
I got put back into the game when I got out.
What's going on, sir?
So I ended up,
this is Harvey right here. What's up, man?
back in the game, and a couple of guys thought they could strip me. No ski masks. They were there to kill me.
What got you incarcerated?
That's
what it called? How many?
5 first-degree intentional homicides going on.
Oh, what's going on, Tom?
How you doing today, Tom?
So Tom, what's up, man?
Up?
You want to put your name out, your inmate number, and tell your story, or what?
Tom Glass, 184483. That's my DOC number. Case number is 2010 CF 189. Innocent, I say. I'm gonna make them look like shit.
This is Michelle.
This is Ken.
This is Rich.
And this is...
Bama.
Yeah, there it is. And this is the
Manwich Show. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, so
Tales from the Crypt.
So here's a specialty that we all know about. Our tonight's topic is the government.
Government. Cheese.
There you go. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the government?
Oh, I think about liars. No.
Hell yeah. I think a bunch of people that something's going on
too
somehow.
Big. Government's too big.
When they get to
too big.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem. Government is the problem. The problem.
I tell you, and it's costing us taxpayers money. That's supporting all that bullshit that's out there. But our government, like I was saying before, we used to own the government. Now the government owns us.
Yep, and I'm gonna tell you, the more you let the government into your life, the more they own you, and you give them permission.
Yeah, but it ain't giving them permission. They're taking it. They're giving it to you. They tell you what you can do, how to do it, when to do it, how to walk, how to talk.
Hey, think of it like this. What if
it's sad, man.
It's like if somebody moved in with you, right? And they said, yeah, at first they didn't pay rent. And then they said, you know what, I'm gonna start paying rent. They paid half the rent. And then they paid 3/4 of the rent. And then they pay all the rent. And then they start telling you, hey, look, you can't do that. And you'd be like, wait a minute, this is my apartment. Dude, I pay the rent. That's what happens when you let the government be involved in your life, in which you receive something from them. A good example is the school system. Once the schools started collecting federal aid from the government, then the government told them you couldn't teach creation anymore. You got to teach evolution.
Yeah.
Once they received the money, it's like the mafia. Once you receive money from the mafia, you can't tell them no. It's already too late. But if you tell them, if you don't take the money, you don't receive it, then they'll leave you alone.
They always take the money. I'm
gonna grab a bite. I'll be right back.
There you go.
I don't know, man. It's kind of scary. Anybody watch that movie? It's
Which
bad.
movie? Which movie?
State.
The State?
Yeah.
Where can I find this movie?
I got it off the internet.
Okay, I'll Google it. I don't have my phone with me tonight, but
it's a pretty good movie. Well, anyways, now this is called Police State, and it's really, really, it's real. It's not a make-believe thing. This is a real freaking thing, man. The school board, these people went against the school board, and they got slammed for being terrorists, domestic terrorists. So they put them, they're facing 15 years in prison. And that's all they were, is contesting books that were in there. They didn't want a little kid saying, "Hey, man, I know how to butt fuck now."
It's just that
that's how it is.
It's everything is so offensive. Just even saying that out loud is offensive. And if you just stray even just a little bit off of the narrative, like, you're canceled. And it's like, holy shit. I didn't send my children to school to be brainwashed or to think about other things. I just sent them to school so they can learn how to read, and they can learn how to write, and they can add and subtract. I can take it from there. If I would have known, I have to say, I'm so glad that I don't have any small kids this age right now that I have to worry about taking them to school, because I dealt with, loosely some of the teenage angst. But I still remember my own teenage angst from it,
What's going to hurt us, and that's when you turn over into social credits. You got money in the bank. That money that you got in the bank, you might as well put newspapers in your pocket, because that's what it's going to be worth. But here's the thing about it. It's the government control.
All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
Okay. So how that works is a lot of the stores are closing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be forced to order your food online, and social credit works like, well, you haven't done enough in society, or you don't have enough victim cards in your pocket. So you can't get that bottle of wine, but you can get this bottle of water over here. And I see that you've been eating a little bit. You've been choosing more of the block cheese, and you haven't eaten enough of the sliced cheese. So, you've hit your limit on that, what you have put to the side for you there. Or if one day you just started eating more, who are you feeding? It's just but you know what? Beyond that, what it comes down to, you order your food, and let's say you have you owe money for a ticket, or you have money that everybody owes some type of money for back taxes, and something fucking magically created. Everybody gets dramatized by the IRS sometime in their life. Everybody gets that poke, So, and that's how that works.
Somebody's
you're not going to be able.
you?
Yeah, you're not going to get anything but the bare necessities that you order online, and nothing fancy.
Bare necessities, Mother Nature's recipe. I was gonna hang up, but can't.
It'll be like a prison on the outside.
You know what I think they govern? I think they govern the fucking mail that goes in and out of this fucking damn place. And then they just blame it on we don't know where the fuck it got it lost on the way to and from correspondence, you know what I mean? And how are we gonna prove it? Because when we put the mail in the box here and it gets sent up to the mail room, and then it gets sent out to the damn the nearest post office. I mean, how the hell do we fucking damn know what the hell happens to it? You know what I mean? It ain't like we can get the fuck out of here and go find out. You know what I mean? They got it pinned down in prison, so we can't fucking follow the damn mail.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's my big issue.
You know what I mean, Vern?
That's my big governmental conspiracy, which is not a conspiracy.
The government's breaking its own laws, Alabama. They know they can't open up that federal mail. Whatever federal, whatever mail.
That's what I
They do whatever they want.
Well, I mean,
They commit
they can do whatever the
crimes.
fuck they want to, man.
The government
They
is
can do whatever the
committing
fuck they want
crimes.
to. They can take that damn mail and throw it away in the fucking mail room here. And when they receive fucking mail, they can sit there and throw it away and say, hey, we don't know where the fuck it went. Especially if it's something that's going to beat them. You know what I mean? If it's a threat to them.
Ken, no, put in your teeth. You make yourself
I'm gonna
look
tell
older
you.
on camera.
I'll tell you, they put this right here on that. The government.
Oh, Oh, I'm pretty
Right?
sure there's no fucking cameras where they fucking can open and close your fucking envelopes, because I'm sure they got machines up there that can run and reopen your fucking envelopes, you know, that heat up the fucking whatever the paste or whatever that keeps it closed.
The AI machines are opening up the the AI rise of the machines.
Hey, our head coach Nick Saban for Alabama, that's a new thing he's getting into. AI. He wants to know every damn thing about AI, artificial intelligence.
Dude, that's like cheating. That's like cheating, man. That's cheating. Them Alabama, whatever
remaining.
they're called over there in Alabama, where are they? The Tide, the Rising Tide. Where are they?
Crescent Tide. We don't need the shit, right? We get the best of the best.
Hey, we're gonna take a call from another inmate. Hey, we're gonna take a call from another inmate. All right, Alabama, get back in line, though. Okay.
All right. Yeah. We'll talk to you soon.
Will the call go through?
It's beeping.
My phone just like it freezes up and does this shit. Look at this fucking nothing. Give me nothing.
El moto.
Yeah.
They're canceling your ass right now.
So you got to kind of sometimes when I sit back and I think my mind starts to wonder of like, when does the government end as a person and then is just an entity? Because they had like this chat IP or whatever, that chat box thing where that's who, by the way, has been writing our scripts for while these actors have been on strike. And that's why everything feels so disjointed in a lot of the storytelling. It's kind of like I can listen to the robots talk and tell me a story.
Hello, you have a prepaid call from an inmate at Racine Correctional Institution. Your account balance is $14.97.
5 hours later.
To hear the charges for this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this call and all calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hello, Cesar Flores. 5 hours later. What's going on, brother?
Man, finally I got through.
Yeah, well, did you get the memo? Did you get the memo? Did you get the message?
Yeah.
Yep. So 5 minutes. We're trying to give everybody 5 minutes to get showcase as many guys and their stories as we can.
Yeah.
And we're achieving our goal one inmate at a time.
Yeah. How you been though? How you see the Alabama finish?
Yeah, I know.
The phone right away.
Yep, the Alabama, he is finito on the telephone.
Yeah, I saw him. I got the phone right away. Let me try. I tried a couple times. I said, "Oh man, I hope he's there."
Yeah, you know how Alabama is, man. He gets on that phone and he just goes and he's on and on.
Well, he's exposing the mailroom.
Oh yeah,
he's exposing the government mailroom. Tonight, our topic is the government, and he was all about his theory of the government going through his mail and making sure that everything is copacetic and on the up and up.
Oh, she used a big word. I have never even heard that word in my life.
Which
copacetic?
Copacetic.
I'm gonna go order 2
old man's word.
I'm gonna order.
My dad, you should have seen how big he grinned when I said that word.
I'm gonna go to McDonald's. I'm gonna say, give me 2 McDoubles and some copacetic condiments.
No, you're not even using in the correct manner. You have to make sure.
I'm gonna say, where's Mike at? Mike must be copacetic tonight.
No, you got to be copacetic on the situation.
Copacetic.
Yeah, I'm checking out the scene.
All right, talk to us, brother.
Yeah.
Tell us all about you.
Happy Thanksgiving. It might be late, but I still happy Thanksgiving. Hey, do you got my email?
I may have. I was sick earlier today, so I did nothing.
Yeah, I sent you an email last week.
Oh, dude, I didn't get it. If it was last week, I didn't get it.
Yeah, that was last week, like last Sunday.
You know.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, you and Michelle and everybody around you.
You know, I may have got it then. I know there was a handful of Happy Thanksgivings that went our way from you guys in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say yeah, I did get it. It's just there was so many, and then there's another guy in Oshkosh prison, and he's been looking for help to get a book published, and Richard.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving to you, for sure.
Yeah.
And you know, Christmas is around the corner, so we got to be careful that we don't say the words "jingle bells" because that might trigger my brother, and he might start singing that song. You look like you were
Jingle
getting ready.
bells, jingle bells.
No, angry.
Oh yeah, this is what I told him.
Jingle bells. Come on, do it. I'll sing that fucker for you tonight.
This is what I told him. Do you remember that guy Pulver that used to be on that unit? He was a white guy.
Yeah, I remember.
And
I remember.
So he calls into the show and he starts singing jingle bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way,
like
nonstop.
He was serious. He was serious about it too.
And
he was like, jingle bells.
Yeah, he was really pissed.
I myself, I was like, man, you know, thinking about it like days later, if I were to be in a prison again and I was very upset, if I became disgruntled, I'd probably just sing that during count time out loud. Jingle bells, jingle all the way, jingle bells, and just go right in front of the CEO.
You would never do that. You would never do it.
You don't know if I do it.
You would
You
never
don't
do
know.
it. Richie, you would never do it. You're all talk. You're all talk.
You know what? Go back to jail and show us.
Yeah.
Show us you would fucking jingle
Let me see
bell
you
it.
do that.
And,
Yeah, I know.
calling you.
Who's calling me?
Calling you.
Who?
Power.
Yeah, he calls into the show.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we got a lot of guys. You know, DC, he calls into the show. Glass, he's called into the show. Ricky Alexander, they called him Jumper. He calls into the show.
Yeah.
And then we got guys from Oshkosh that call into the show.
Oh, it's good though.
Right now, there's one trying to call in, but you know, we're gonna take your call.
Yeah. Hey, last week I was trying like 5, 6 times. I said, hey, I couldn't go through last week.
Now listen, if another guy calls in though, Chepe, if another guy calls in, we're gonna take that phone call, all right? Because I want to do that 5 minute. We're gonna do that 5 minute. We're already a little over 5 minutes. I didn't realize that. I just hung up on that guy from Oshkosh.
Oh no.
I know who it was.
Yeah, Richard Harris.
Exactly. I can talk with you anymore. So I say happy Christmas. Might be kind of early.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay because you know.
It's December.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get through. So.
Yeah, brother. You know, we appreciate that. Merry Christmas. We're gonna do a big Merry Christmas special too this year.
You too, Michelle.
Oh, thank you. Yes, definitely. Merry Christmas to you too, and all the good stuff. And yeah, but of course we'll talk before the New Year. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Do you plan on doing some like any meal or something?
Oh yeah. So on Christmas Eve, I usually am like hang out with my husband's family and stuff. But things are a little bit different this year, so it might shake down a little shortness over there with them. But definitely looking forward to spending some
copacetic
time with my family. If it's copacetic with them, I don't know. We'll see. You know, everybody's fucking weird. Yeah, I just feel like the holidays are so stressful, and you know, even everything's just so stressful.
Here for us, you know, Harvey
All
knows.
calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
It's not really Christmas in here.
No.
Sad, quick Christmas song. Sad, quick Christmas snowman. Tragic day gone wrong. Sad, quick Christmas song.
Oh, yes, you know.
Some guys, but some guys do decorate the prison.
Like for me, it's kind of depressed. These days, kind of depressed. You know, thinking outside or you know, stuff like that.
I don't know. I would decorate the prison. I would decorate the prison.
It was
I
an
feel
old guy.
That would make shit.
No, it
That
wouldn't
would
make you
make
shit.
me feel good. And I feel like that if it made anybody else feel good, that would make me feel that much better. But, you know, it's okay to celebrate good shit.
Yeah, I used to do that. When I was on the streets. I celebrate me and my family. You know, we decorate our house. You know, and make meals. You know, pozole or Yeah, that was a good time.
It's fun. It's super fun decorating. It's just like having to put it all away. I mean, I don't even mind pulling it all out, and you put it all, you pull it out of its little box, and then you start putting it up and around, and before you know it, it's like, oh, I'm done. And then having to put it away is so overwhelming because, from the time you put it up to the time you take it down, you find other like really cute stuff you really want to put on it. Like, oh, I really want to put that on the tree. So.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to take a call from another guy in another prison, all right, Chepe?
Yeah, we'll talk to you again, Chepe. Yeah. Thank you for calling in this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
I know.
Damn, dude. Need 2 phones.
Dude.
2 phones. I know, man.
You hung up?
Talk to George. George, are you watching?
Nah, I could do something else, though. Yeah. I can quit fucking hanging up on people. So I want to hear more about this government and less about this cheese.
Okay. Well, okay. So when you think back of like where does it end and when does it become an entity? Like even if you wanted, okay, wait, let me back that up a little bit. So a lot of people have caught on to Bill Gates talking about like he's blocking out the sun. That was their plan. And the government is literally blocking out the sun. It's showing it. We got the chemtrails and everything.
Black old sun, won't you come?
So people are realizing this and they're like, what the fuck is going on? So they started petitioning the government. And I don't think people are actually aware that those planes are not being flown by people.
They're not plain planes?
Yeah, they're giant fucking drones. They even show it. They have like all this stuff. Like if you watch the History Channel, they talk about it, like how they make clouds and stuff like that.
Are they just drones? Are they jabrone drones?
Dude, they're fucking jabroni dronies because they're fucking super huge. I'm talking these are massive white actual white planes that you can see from down here.
We're talking about planes, right?
Yeah,
disgusting.
Massive white planes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're just shooting shit all over the sky. How about that?
And we're still talking about planes, right?
Yeah, we're still talking about planes.
I'm going to grab another bite. I'll be right back after this message from our audience. No, go ahead.
Oh, dang, what are you getting?
He's eating
some food. I'm hungry. No, it's prime rib, prime something.
Oh, I'm going to get some mushrooms in a minute.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. From the dark side of the moon. Yep. Government conspiracies there, but a lot of what goes on behind the scenes, you have to wonder like how much is actually ran by an AI. And that's what brought me to that chat and stuff like that, because I was just thinking like, wow, a lot of stuff is actually run off of AI. Booking. People no longer use their brain or a calculator for shit like that. They just put all the numbers in the computer, run it through a program. It spits out the numbers, and there you go. You're done. There's no thought behind it. You're just like a little monkey drone. How do you feel about being a monkey drone, Dad?
Yeah. Gotta be something.
Oh, yeah? Look at that cat. He's just digging you. He's even got his own like little camera on him because he's so handsome. Yeah, he's a lover, not a fighter. Look at him. I'm a loving. But anyways, back to the government. A lot of it is ran by AI because not just because of the counting and the booking, but they do forecast and they run their forecasts, and that's how they get to their number. And then they constantly tweak it till they get to the number that they want.
They even do heart transplants in the hospitals. AIs.
Yeah.
They're going to
They're
be
the
our
new
next
doctor.
police
They're
force.
the-
They're going to
they're
be our
doing
judge and
surgeries.
jury. For real. That's all going to be rolled into one. Them AIs are, well, look how smart they are.
They're incredibly
Hello,
smart.
you have a prepaid call from
Jeff Dumler.
an inmate at Oshkosh Correctional Institution. Your account balance is $14.36. To hear the charges for this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this call and all future calls, press 9. All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hola, senores.
What's going on?
Hey, welcome to the Manwich Show. Today's topic
going
is the government. So,
Oh boy, my favorite.
yeah. So it's such a wide variety. Like you could take that anywhere. I was just talking a little bit about like where does it end with people and start with just strictly dickly that other entity and that entity being AI. You know, how they control, how that actually is another part of the machine that's in control too. Almost makes me think of Terminator.
Yeah, almost turned into the Terminator.
Oh my God! Do it.
What's going on, Jeff? Talk to us, brother. Did you get the memo?
Not much.
Did you get the memo?
No, I like
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just probably be just for tonight.
5 minutes.
Yeah, that'd probably be for
I
you.
tried calling.
We'll go a little
I tried
further than
calling
5
earlier,
minutes.
and you
We'll
guys
go.
didn't, and then Rick tried calling.
Yeah, we already took 2 calls from 2 different guys.
Yeah, we're all like right here. So
All right.
once the 5 minutes is up, whatever, nothing else. Like we could just like.
Yeah, you get back in line, bro. Get back in line, Jeff.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? It's just gonna be for tonight. We're gonna do this for tonight. I want to see how many guys are gonna respond. That's what it's really about. Because we like to have like our regulars. Not that we like to have people in prison, but regular guys that call into the show that know us and we know them. But you got other guys that they haven't called in so long, and they're like, "Well, I never get on. I can't ever get on." So like, all right.
Or maybe
Chepe was one of them. Chepe was just saying last week he called 2 or 3 times and get on. He probably been trying to get on for the last month and a half.
Well, just imagine it's that new guy that's out there that might just want to take a chance.
We might have a new guy too, John Washington. He's in Racine. We'll find out though. Yeah, and as far as what Pat told Pat, because I just read his message. The only reason I didn't have a show last night was because of a prior engagement. That's it. We still do Friday shows. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I tried talking to old Raymond Jones.
Dude, I heard you guys are against it. I heard you guys are.
Well, to me, I really don't give 2 shits. I mean, I don't care. I mean, if he wants to call, I tell him, hey, look, they want you to call, dude. Call in and just be yourself. You ain't gotta lie to kick it with him. But he kind of gives me like that eye, like,
He didn't even got to talk about himself. He could just share his mind on the night's topic.
Right.
If he prefers to just watch some Andy Griffin or whatever else, some reruns of Gilligan's Island.
Well, that's better.
Then he watches there you go.
It just got really depressing.
And the eyes of Ranger are upon you.
Oh yeah, or he's like into Chuck Norris, and he's like, man, he's in Texas Ranger, right? He's into the Texas.
That's where Jones is gonna be.
Yeah, man. So.
Yeah. That comic was Harley Quinn.
Oh, bro, listen. What year was it?
Oh, it's like a newer one.
Oh, it don't count then, dude. The first
they
appearance.
definitely do count. They definitely do count because
the first
she
appearance,
has hot covers and first appearances in her own storyline.
Her first appearance in a comic book that sells, but that's also from Batman animated series because that's where her character was created from.
Well, when I call back, I'll have the comic book in my hand. I wasn't sure if you guys were going to answer because I called earlier and you guys didn't answer. Rick tried calling 3 times and you guys didn't answer, and then I called.
Dude, you called earlier?
Answered, so.
Wait a minute. You found a comic book in
no,
prison?
you called earlier.
No,
Hold on.
Stop, bro. Stop. You found a comic book in prison?
Yeah, there's comic nerds in there.
Oh, yeah.
My mind is fucking
They play
blown.
video games.
What?
They got that in here, too.
What, video games?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say video games, though, but if you got video games there, that's at the prison you're at, there's video games?
Yeah.
What, oh, you talking about on the tablet, right?
So the guys that have tablets, I don't have a tablet.
That don't count, though.
So these
Jeff.
guys,
We won't count that,
these
Jeff.
guys got tablets, and over in the special privileged people, comrades, they give them a Nintendo, and I think the other ones, they got a Wii, so they get to play Wii Sports. That's pretty fun.
Bro, we're all going to the joint.
Shut up.
I don't recommend it for that. I do not recommend it for that.
Yeah. So like,
not
so
worth
wait,
it,
wait.
man.
I gotta go back to the comic book. So do you just find them like in the library, or you just like?
No, people like get them, and then they just, when they're done with them, they just kind of, throw them out for people to, grab up or whatever, So what I did is I grabbed it up because
Nobody hoards them. Nobody is like, these are my comic books.
You can have comics sent to you.
You can.
For Rick, I used it. I had to use a drawing out of it, so I used the drawing out of it, and I just kept it.
Dude.
I did have one Avenger one.
What I was gonna say too, though, when I didn't mean to say video games, is you have guys and they make games like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah.
They make this stuff and they play it, but then those are the ones that have got like a sexual assault case because they're all playing that game. They all, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
A lot of people love that game though. So
now wait, there's the cool guy that comes up and he's like, "Yo, man, I just like to play the game," but you got clicks.
You know what? I would just play Scrabble.
Dude,
well,
the people that play Scrabble, they're the ones that. No, I was kidding.
You know what? I'm on the fucking 2-letter words on the triple word score.
Yeah, those are the brainiacs, or the ones that play crossword puzzles.
I love crossword puzzles. Love them, love them.
Sudoku. I like Sudoku.
My gosh.
Oh my God, Sudokus are like fucking snacks.
I play Sudoku all the time on the toilet. No.
Oh, hey, Rick showed me the pictures of your little studio thing that you got going on.
Yeah,
Fucking awesome, dude.
Makeshift, man. It was makeshift. That's why when you were talking, I didn't know if you were saying, well, I'll build you a studio or something. No, I don't know if you said that or not. Just bear with me. Yeah, it's a makeshift. I've taken this living room in this apartment that I rent and put it all together, man. The Lord blessed it in terms of like the software we have and the hardware. And like I said, it's makeshift though.
That's definitely pretty cool, dude. Fucking, the couch. I had that same exact couch from Ashley Furniture.
Dude.
Nice. And then we got the nice little. I don't know
like
if you've
that
seen
bird
that. Yeah. Oh my God! I was just touching it as I was trying to figure out. It was like. Oh
and then we've got the American flag.
She's patting your couch right now.
Yeah, I was like, you were watching me do it.
Actually, it's her couch. She gave me the couch. My sister blessed me with these couches. They were just sitting in her garage.
And the fur.
Though the fur's on borrowed her, but
no, hell no, that's for the show.
Well, it's all for the show, yeah. So
like, hell yeah, dude.
All of us have got like added our all of us have added our own little part to it, our own little piece, and dual screen off a laptop with a Rodecaster Pro with these XLR mics and the web cameras, and then being able to go on to be on Spotify where Joe Rogan's on. A platform like that or iHeart Radio. Anybody could be on YouTube. Anybody could be on Rumble. Not a lot of people want to be on Rumble because it's conservative. If you're not talking, liberal
and you
stuff.
know what? That's where you're going to get things that are not conspiracy theories. They're backing up a lot of the stuff they talk about. You can't talk about on mainstream media because it doesn't fit the narrative. But, once you see how things really are, you can't fall in line with the rest of the sheep anymore.
Now hold on,
things have changed.
Now, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna give you 30 more seconds, then we're gonna end the call. But let's say, you know, you got the other guys are like Richard and Patrick. Tell them jump right on.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them they're sitting here waiting and everything like that.
Because I already know Richard's gonna be like, dude, you got 5 minutes, man. More. I want that. I already know it.
Thanks for your guys' time and everything. I'll jump back online and everything like that. And I know we got cut off last time. What did you say about that? The
dude,
book?
I'm gonna end up having to buy that book. I'll end up having to be the one to buy it, bro.
All right. I know we got cut off last time. When
I know. I was trying to tell you that, and I was like, man.
Yeah. And then you got the name and everything like that.
Yeah, I got all the info. Yep.
Yeah.
Am I gonna have to mail you? Am I gonna have to mail you the receipt?
All calls other than properly
Well,
placed
they should mail the receipt with it.
and
All right, good.
Good.
You know what?
If you buy it from them,
Okay.
from Sure Shot, then they should know to send the receipt with the book.
All right, because it's a sure shot.
All right, it'll be the test run.
Directly to here.
You'll be the test run because you'll be the test run for something like that, because that was one thing I always felt intimidating, was sending a book as simple as that, because I was like, dude, why can't I go in my library? I got like a fucking shit ton of like super duper good books. You want to read a good Patricia Cornwell
Because they think that you're going to put something in the book.
They got to show a receipt. I'll go to the Goodwill and put a fucking receipt in there for a different book.
It's
take
like
a photocopy of the same receipt.
It's like that when they talk about with evidence, chain of custody, that kind of stuff.
And I don't think you can just like go on Amazon and be like, I'm just gonna order it up.
No, they got certain places that I mean, you could. I think you can, but I don't know how. I just know that the Sure Shots, once you buy the book, whatever, and they know it's going to an institution, they know that to send the receipt with it.
Well,
so they know the rules then.
Dude,
good.
Push another minute. Sure, yeah. Hey, all right, Jeff, we're gonna let you go tonight, bro. Right. If you get back on, we're gonna take your call again. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
Love to hear from you.
More government talk, of course. All right.
More government cheese.
Yeah.
All right.
Please.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Core idea of the American Republic, a representative democracy, has been lost. And it's been lost because the institution of Congress has become deeply unrepresentative. It's unrepresentative because of the way it funds its campaigns, making members incredibly sensitive to what the tiny fraction of the 1% who funds their campaigns care about, and less sensitive to what the American people care about. So the people look at the congressman and constantly think that person is doing what she is doing because of the money in her campaign, not because of this as an issue that she cares about. And when somebody comes along and says, hey, I've got a way to blow them up, you're going to be excited by it because you're angry, you're insulted. And that's why I think you've seen the enormous energy behind people like Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. These are both people who are appealing to that class of Americans who feel like they don't have a government anymore. And in a big sense, in a really fundamental sense, they are right. They don't. What I favor is bottom-up public funding. In my version, you would basically give every voter a rebate, which would be a voucher that they could use to give to candidates to support small dollar public funding of campaigns. The Democrats have put forward an idea of matching funds where small contributions get matched. So a $100 contribution is worth $700. Both of those systems would have the effect of making so members of Congress would be focused on many, many, many people to fund their campaigns rather than on the tiny few. Congress could tomorrow change the way campaigns are funded, change the gerrymandering system by making it so Congress draws the districts and the districts are perfectly proportionally representative. Change the day we vote so that we vote on a holiday, or we make voting day a holiday so that people who work can have a chance to vote. We could fix these problems if we had a Congress with the will to address the corruption that has broken the representative system. But unfortunately, we don't have that will in Congress right now. We have to find a way to create it.
Yeah.
Dude, we want to hear about the government from the guy who grew up on the government.
Tell us some of
Tell us all about
you.
the government. We want to hear from you, Ken.
Yeah.
Out to take your money. No.
They're out to take your money.
No, but I remember as a kid.
I'm telling you, you own a home, and that social credit comes. Hey, you don't see no money or nothing. You don't see nothing, just like you do right now. You know, you just send it by email or whatever. But you won't own your home no more. The government owns it then. Usually the realtor takes it or whoever had the lien on it, they take the home. You can't pay for it. But now the government's going to take your home.
And Oshkosh Prison we're gonna take their call.
Elmo.
Hello, you have a prepaid call from
me, Elmo.
Richard Harris,
an inmate at Oshkosh Correctional Institution. Your
Richard
account
Harrison,
balance is
examinator.
$13.55. To hear the charges for this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this call and all future calls, press 9.
I'm sure you saw those turds.
Hello, you have a prepaid call from
Richard Harris,
an inmate at Oshkosh. All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Oh, what's up?
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells.
Don't take us 5 minutes
calling
off.
you live from Oshkosh Correctional, calling the Manwich Show.
Hey.
Hey, yo. When did all this Italian stuff start to occur? None of us here is Italian.
I know,
not
but
even you.
What's the matter with you?
I'm
it
Italian,
sounds
yeah.
good.
Oh, you are.
There it is. There it is.
The topic,
I'm telling you, people.
there is a topic.
Yep.
And Michelle,
There's a topic.
fill
There
them in.
is. So the topic tonight is
Be gentle, inch by inch.
the government.
The government, that's an inch by inch joke.
The government
Bullshit.
cheese, man. We're talking all about the cheese today with the government. Yeah, government. Strict just government.
cheese.
Government cheese used to be real cheddar cheese, by the way, and now it's a block of no bullshit. It's the sliced cheese, but not sliced. So it's not even.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's like Velveeta.
Yeah.
Gross.
And at this point in my life, I would accept a block of government cheese. So what does that say?
But really, it's all about government. I just threw out that joke as government cheese.
Government cheese.
Yeah, they make laws.
I seen Dumbler that got on the phone before me. And I was trying to call before him, and then Dumbler got on. And he got through, and he said you guys got sidetracked. And then he was waving like a frantic weirdo for me to get over to the phone, so I came over and called. I didn't know that the topic was government cheese, though.
No, it's
the government. It's government. So I was bringing up a little bit of examples of like the government, like how AI plays a huge role in running the government, and they don't even have a switch off button. And then my dad had some add-ins to government. Dad, what were you saying about the government?
Well, about how they control you. And you take the schools, they the government, they're into the schools now, so they control the schools. They want to stop that where you get to choose your own school to go to, school choice.
Yeah.
They want to stop that. For why? Why would you want to stop something that's working? People want to go to different schools. I don't want to go to that school. I'm going to go to this school.
I remember
they're right.
Hey, when I was a kid, they shipped me all the way on the north side.
Right, I remember that. Yeah.
I was there for like a week or 2 weeks, man. And I mean, I would have kept going because I wanted to graduate from high school one day and be something in life. But they shipped me off on the other side of town here in Milwaukee.
North Division.
I was like that. It was, dude, was it? I don't know.
That was North Division.
No, it was Lincoln. It was Lincoln middle. It was a middle school. It was something middle school.
Oh, it's a middle school. I thought you were talking
But what they did was, dude, it was like me and 2 other people were the only white kids in the whole school. So I walked down the hallway and everybody would look at me. Yeah, I was, dude. It was,
Yeah.
Talk about being on the other side.
I call that spotlighting. You were spotlighting it. Yeah. That's kind of uncomfortable. I know.
Richard was he was like, man, I'm never gonna be able to be the CEO of the Manwich Show if this keeps up.
He sounded so evil.
It's like a diabolical laugh.
It was diabolical.
I learned something. I learned your middle name today, Mr. Andrew.
Oh yeah, how'd you get that? How'd you get my middle name?
Well, I had to do a little research, on somebody. I figured, well, this guy, I got to learn more about this guy. This guy seems like an intelligent guy. Let me learn something about this guy. So when I found out, what your middle name was, I said, holy crap.
Change your mind, eh?
I was like, I don't know, man. Andrew is a kind of a, I think maybe your dad was mad at you or something like that. He was like, I was looking for a big football player, like some shit like that. He ended up with, the Manwich Show. I was like, shit, this is not what I saw in life, Well, I'm sure you guys got jokes on me, Okay, I can give you them all day. Look, I'm stocky. I'm 5'5". I've got, we can go all day like that. I can't run for shit, you know what I mean? But yet I'm good on an elliptical, which makes absolutely no sense. So,
So
you can go all day like that.
I sent Richard photos also. Well, he's seen them through Jeff.
In the left hand, I just showed them all. They're all on the table right now looking at it. Okay, he's handed it back to me. So he shows me by the Green Bay Packer flag you got in the left corner there by the couch where you got. Looks like Donald Trump wearing a T-shirt.
Did you send him pictures of us?
No, not yet, because we haven't got together and do a group photo.
Yeah, I was going to do a portrait of you guys, for the whole thing, and so that way you guys had something that was kind of neat, like the Manwich Show portrait thing. And he's like, no, I don't love my family enough to do that. So I was like, shit, all right.
We could do characters, and we have big noses and little eyes or big ears.
Oh
and
my god! I want a lot of hair. I want a lot of hair and a tiny nose and big eyes.
What?
That's what I want.
I don't think. Listen.
I want to look like a Harley Quinn. I want to look like Harley Quinn and Marilyn Monroe smashed together as one. Yeah.
Damn. Harley Quinn's super sexy, by the way. Yeah.
There we go. Anyway,
yeah. And then like the Manwich Show on your little G-string thing there, that'd be so awesome. Yeah, that'd be total. Jeez.
So, what I was gonna say is, yeah, like when Jeff gets out, man, if we're still doing the podcast, anything can happen. All right, the economy could collapse, all kinds of stuff. That's all supposed to be happening next month. But let's say it doesn't.
You guys ain't gonna have no money, and neither am I. But I'm gonna make sure I spend every fucking dime. I'm gonna spend all of it. I'm gonna make it my goal. I'm gonna fucking spend all of it.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna put myself in credit card debt like I did for the Y2K thing. I'm a little bit smarter this time. But I am gonna get some bang for my buck over here. I'm not just gonna buy fucking McDonald's sandwiches.
Up there, buy some pickles. Damn.
I buy a pickle farm. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit, right? Oh, you know what? Buy the bearing to fix your car. There you go. Did you ever get that fixed?
You know that supply chain is low in America. If you want to get parts for your car to get fixed, there are certain vehicles that still can't get these parts.
Yeah, so a lot of those cars that can't get the parts are cars that you still have to lock your door.
The 1932 Packard.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You're gonna get nothing from the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s for sure. No stick shift from that.
Would you blame that on the government?
No,
that's not a government issue.
I don't think that's good. I think it's an educational issue. I think people are so damn dumb nowadays; they don't even know how to make the parts anymore.
America has become an import, not an export.
Yeah, they
all calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
I feel like America is all about service, and we've made a lot of our service around the medical field. Because there's a lot of medical things out there that they have, like, for a medical doctor for everything. And I remember when I signed up for my job and they were talking to me about a health account, and I totally got like fucking creeped out inside. Like, what do you mean? Like a bank account? Like I'm going to put money in to this, like for my health. And now I'm going to concentrate on my health. Like I concentrate on my finances. Like, and health is a free thing. Like God gives you health type thing. I don't know how to explain that part quite well, but like it's what you make it. You have the most, you actually have like a lot of control over your life when it comes to health. And, you know, now we'll talk about government adding itself into your life and what something like that looks like. You go to the doctor a lot, and the government pays a lot of these doctors, and they bonus for this pill, this shot, or that shot.
That's true.
And then after...
They just had a big thing on that on Dateline with about Pfizer, you know?
And it isn't just Pfizer. It's for other shots and things, too. Things that are completely necessary, or I should say unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. So, and I just find that, like, the kids, when I was a kid, I got like 7 shots. And now a kid, they're getting shots all the way through like middle school and high school. I don't remember getting no fucking shots after kindergarten just so I could get into school. And then I don't remember getting any shots after that. So I just find that, so we'll take that back to like after you get all this shot and that shot, and you go to the doctor consistently, we'll give you about a year before you know it. Like, you're taking all these drugs for this and that, but they're just a bunch of Band-Aids. They're never a real solution. Like, if you have high cholesterol, here's a pill and you're going to take this, and then you can still eat whatever you want and do whatever you want. But the real solution is to learn how to eat like a human person, like a human being. You know,
I'm waiting for the pill that says it shortens my life but makes me taller, gives me a bigger fucking, appendage. We'll just leave it at that part. And then gives me like a super intelligence, because I wouldn't care about it taking my life. I'd be like, oh, I got 11 years to live, but if I take this pill, you take pills now that don't really correct the situation. That's what you got to look at.
Dude, it gives you diarrhea.
It gives you 54 other fucking things that make you wrong.
Hell yeah.
And then you're like, what the hell? I don't even remember what the first thing was wrong with me, because I got 54 new things. One of them is that I might suddenly die.
And you know what? And these are government-run institutions, meaning that they were, like a mom and pop place, and they got a government contract, and now they're government owned, and that's what that looks like.
I hear you. So, hey, look, you guys, I know my time's up. I don't want to run over. I got a whole bunch of people here pointing towards their watches and stuff.
Yeah, that was a good talk.
I'll get back in line if you guys want.
Yeah, get back in line, brother. I was trying to tell Michelle, I'll tell you already.
To wrap it up, all right. Yeah, but I was just like at the end of it, let me just wrap it up real quick in a nice little bow, because it just can't be a cliffhanger. I'll forget what I was just saying.
I get you guys. Hey, I appreciate it. Look, go to my, I hope you guys are putting out there my GoFundMe and everything like that, and then I hope we can still work with the book. Let everybody know that I'm trying to get this book published. It's really important. But
yeah, we're still moving on that. You and I talked about that.
Line, okay?
All right, brother.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you again soon. All right, we want to hear from the guy who tells us all about the government. It's your topic. You got to talk. We want to hear you talk. Yeah, you tell these guys that talk, you say, listen, this is my time, my dime. You shut your mouth up. Don't whine. Tell them that.
They create crime. You know that? They create crimes, because anything that was legal back then is illegal now, so they made that a crime. Whatever, even if it was a good thing, they make it into a bad thing and make it into a crime. We have more people. We have more prisons than any other country.
It's a business.
But of course, yeah, it is, because look how we're being treated. In the other countries, you're thrown in a goddamn pit with a whole bunch of other people. You find a little hole where you can lay down and go to sleep. Oh yeah, our government is
Hello,
too big,
you have a prepaid call
nothing
from
can be done about it. We just got to live with it.
An inmate at Oshkosh Correctional Institution. Your account balance is $12.74. To hear the charges for this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up. All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hey, what's up, Pat? What's going on?
Not too much. I was talking with Rick. He said he just talked to you and you talk about government cheese.
Government. Yeah, we're talking about the government today. Yeah. But I threw that in there as a funny. Government cheese. Having said that, what's your opinion on the government? Good, bad, ugly?
I think it's bad. You got too many old people in there that's been sitting in those spots forever that need to be moved to get some fresh blood in there.
You figure that the old people would have more common sense, though. You know what I mean? When they're older like that, but they make rules and regulations and laws and that on people. Things that were okay back in the day, now they ain't okay now. I lived in the hippie era. I was in the 60s and 70s growing up, and I went to Woodstock and all that kind of stuff. Good stuff. But.
And look what it did to you. Now you got Mitch McConnell freezing up on the podium and stuff.
Yeah, he done that a couple times.
And flashbacks or whatever he's having going on there.
No, something's happening. Somebody's doing something that's causing that.
Yeah, well, we got to get some better, younger people in there, more modern ideas, modern ways of doing things. The world's changing. Things are moving forward, and they're all stuck, like you said, in the ways things used to be.
Moving too fast, though, because it's going 2 generations in front of everything. It should be generation to generation, not 2 generations ahead.
But you got people having kids, like when they're kids. You got kids having kids, and then you got the technology today, man. It's just constantly the technology is constantly like rapidly increasing, rapidly advancing. I remember when you'd have Nintendo. Nintendo was around for years. And then came Sega Genesis. Now it was around for years. Then came Nintendo 64. Today, I mean, everything rapidly changes. TVs used to be you'd pay hundreds of dollars, if not $1,000, for a good TV. Now you can go to Walmart. You can get yourself a big screen 55-inch TV for $200.
Yeah. We're definitely way too far ahead of ourselves.
It's like everything's going so fast. It's going faster than we can keep up with it. We're all keeping up with
everybody wants it even faster.
It's like technology.
No matter how fast you make it, somebody wants it faster. I mean, you don't even have to get out of your car to get food or groceries or anything anymore. You can just sit at home and pay your bills and shop and order food.
Yeah. Definitely, you can pick up your phone and just call somebody else and have them do it for you.
Yeah.
That is the super big thing everybody does now. They got a phone, they'll just call you and you can do it.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine in Texas, and I'm like, after I said, what are you going to do this afternoon? So I'm going to go get a massage. My back's really been bothering me. I said, well, I'll let you go. So you go, no, they're coming to me. She's got a masseuse coming to her, I'm like, holy Christ. Nobody does anything anymore. What's the sense in having cars?
Exactly. That's why they don't want you to have a car. They make it impossible for you to own one.
Mission impossible.
Hell yeah.
You got to have the insurance. The insurance can cost $100.
The taxes.
The insurance can cost $100. It's like after you pay for the car, you have the car registered. You still are paying for the car.
Yeah.
When
even if it's sitting in the driveway, you're paying that insurance.
Well, not only insurance, your registration. That registration says on that title, State of Wisconsin. It doesn't say your name on top of that.
True.
So they own your vehicle. If you don't register it, you can't drive it. So, it's
and if you didn't register it for 2 years, you have to pay for that 2 years of registration or however many years it's been like out of commission. You got to pay for that shit.
You get to bring it
There's
back up to
nothing
date.
free. There's nothing free.
Wow. And I remember back in the days, my Harley, if I had it down in the garage, rebuilding it, tearing it down or whatever, and it sat in the garage for 2 years till I got it done, I'd just go and get it registered. When I was ready to ride it again, nothing was said. Like, where's it been for the last 2 years?
Yep.
So they're doing that now, huh?
Mm-hmm. Like even people that live in apartment buildings. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never paid for water before. You know that? And now people that live in apartment buildings know they have to pay for water.
Right.
That's the landlords, though. The landlords are doing that. Somebody started it, and then somebody else jumped in on it, and now it's become a thing.
Well, they changed the meters. That's why.
Well, Yeah. And the meters are all like emitting like all this like super duper radiation. And you go to the apartment buildings, there's like 20 of them like all rowed up together. And if you brought one of those little things to it, just the radiation that's coming off of those. But it's all fucked. They're too busy taxing the shit out of even that, because electric bills, you don't have to have anything on to catch $100 bill. That's average. That's a low end. The people think they're just going to unplug everything in the house and just let the refrigerator and their stove, like just a refrigerator, and just maybe turn on a light and watch TV every now and then. Bottom minimum, $100 just for the privilege of being in some place that has warm in a refrigerator.
You're paying by the kilowatts.
Mm-hmm.
Who's getting killed? Who's getting killed in watts?
Well, you can save some money and unplug your refrigerator and then just go out and eat all the time, because the whole thing about restaurants were, back in the day, only the poor ate out all the time because they couldn't afford to have a refrigerator and a chef and somebody cook for them and shit like that. So, yeah, they didn't have bills like that before. So who cares if they had electricity or not?
Yeah, that makes sense. I never really thought about it that way, but yeah, if you don't have the luxuries at home, you got to go find something elsewhere. So
yeah, and they paid by the day or whatever, and you go back through history and you look back, like a lot of people, fuck living paycheck to paycheck. They actually live day by day, literally day by day. The whole family. Yeah. I just found that, like, when I go back and I look at some of the historical things and some of those facts, I'm just so mind blown by some of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, times have changed, haven't they? You can't run tabs no more, I don't think, anywhere. No more trust left in this world.
Well, because everybody's a stranger now. And we took no time
Stranger danger.
Well, the whole thing about strange is that a stranger is they're stranger than most. But yeah, everybody's a stranger. Like we don't even know each other's names. You'd be like, oh yeah, that guy looks familiar. Maybe he might be like in my neighborhood or my neighbor. They don't even know their neighbor's name or anything like that. And it isn't like I'm gonna go across the street and go around introducing myself to a bunch of people, like blah 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 blah. But kind of like.
All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
I was just talking with a girlfriend of mine, and we were talking about bank accounts. And I told her, I said, if we get a joint bank account, it's going to be, and. It's not going to be and or. I said, because that way it's going to force us to have conversations and talk to each other, of what stuff we're going to purchase or whatever. I said, because nowadays, I said, everything's so impersonal. You email people, everything's done over a computer screen. You don't have that face-to-face interaction with another human being very often.
Well, what they do is actually, they prefer you to have your own bank account and not actually share with a spouse or with another person. They want you to have your own bank account. And I thought to myself, okay, maybe that's how some people will live. But a lot of people still have joint accounts. You know what I mean? I think it's a great idea. That's the ultimate trust of all trusts of all trusts. But, sometimes one person's good with money and another time the other person just totally fucking sucks with it and they need help. So that's why they have separate. But they prefer you to have separate. For sure. And I remember when I was going for a loan and people were making such a big deal about, like, oh, so you have this much money. So where does it go? And he goes, well, I paid this other bill and it was my credit card. And he goes, well, that's not your bill to pay. He goes, but that's my wife's bill. And we purchased things together on these cards. But why would I tell you something like that? Because who gives a fuck? It's my card and my life and my money. And they made such a big deal about him paying for my bill, and we have a joint check account and shit like that. Are you fucking kidding me? You put all the money in the pot. It isn't like, well, I'm sorry, this red penny over here, you didn't earn this one, so you can't pay your bill with this red penny over here. Like, dude, what the fuck? I mean, who gives a fuck? Maybe somebody out there just wants to pay somebody else's shit and be fucking nice or kind. You can't even be nice or kind anymore. Because they want to find a way to tax you for that.
Yeah, and you're right. That they want to find a way, and that's, I think, a lot of problem with marijuana becoming illegal is because look how long it took with alcohol. They finally figured out a way for the government to get their hands in there and be able to tax it, regulate it, control it a little more. Marijuana is going to be a little harder, but if they can find a way where they can tax it and keep control of everything, it'll be legal in no time everywhere. Because like you said, everybody wants to have their hands in. They want their little piece of the pie.
So, alcohol and all that stuff. So when people say, "Oh, they have even our food and stuff like that," when they say, "Oh, they have control of our food, they have control of our prices," that's just a smoke screen. They have control of the ingredients that go in that food. They have control of how strong that alcohol is going to be. Let me tell you something. I went down to Illinois, and I went on the other side of the border when, my father-in-law lived in Illinois, and I'd spend like a weekend down there, and we would buy some shit and hang out. And that shit tastes so chemical. And I went down there a couple times and we did it, and it was fun, but it felt like each time it was like more stronger. And I know that you can only get it so strong before you have to add a chemical to it. Now, a lot of that stuff is government regulated. So, when you go back and you see like, well, the pot that my dad was smoking was anywhere between 5 and smelled like a skunk pissed on it. It was like super duper, like, woo. But now we're smoking shit that's like 28 and 32%. Like, what the fuck? No wonder these people are ODing on some of these edibles and stuff like that. They're eating the whole fucking jar and losing their shit, man. I just couldn't imagine it.
My kid's got one of them green cards. He lives down in Arizona, and he's like, "Dad, this shit I'm getting now." He says, "You're used to smoking that old skunk weed or that, Mexican brown and shit you had back when you were growing up." He said, "This stuff here, you take one nice hit, man." He said, "You're fucking high for half the fucking day." Like, it's that strong.
Yeah, and that's when it comes to be like unnatural, because like, what are you putting in that shit? And it goes back to like government related. It isn't just about controlling the price. It's about controlling the ingredient. It's about controlling all of it, the way it's grown, what's being put on it, how we're feeding it. Think about our chickens and our cows. Same thing with them. The land that it's on. They can't eat that, but they can eat the corn.
Yeah.
Crazy. They take antibiotics. They put their cows on antibiotics because they have.
And then. Go ahead. Yeah, what you're talking about, the weed, the government putting these chemicals in it, it could also be a form of population control if they ever need it.
Yeah.
Well, they said that the American population their IQ points are down by like 10 points. I talk about being in customer service all the time. I definitely can feel it. I know I'm not Mensa. I know I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'll make mistakes because I'm human, and I get it. But damn, dude, when it's like a constant thing and it's almost like an epidemic, it's like, holy shit. It's like an epidemic of stupidity. It truly is. I'm going to pick up the phone and have somebody do it for me type of thing. Well, it looks like we're getting close to our 5 minutes over here. What do you got to talk about? Oh, my God, we're past our 5 minutes. What else do you got to say about the...
All right, well, it was great talking to you guys again, and hope you figure out these time slots and let us know what's going on.
Hey, I told Jeff already. Listen, that was Friday. That was we had a pre-engagement. That's why there wasn't a show Friday. There's Friday shows from 6:30 to 7:30 still. That was just a one-time thing.
Okay, Friday, Wednesday, and Saturday, right?
Yep.
Attorney calls may be monitored
All right,
and
well, I'll let
recorded.
you go so you can get on to the next caller. I know Rick's going to try and call him double back if he can, and then I'll see if maybe I can squeeze one more in towards 9 o'clock. If not, I'll talk to you on Wednesday or Friday.
You bet.
All right,
Everybody's
Pat.
got something to say about the government, so we'll talk to you again soon. Mm-hmm. They're the bad guy. They're the bad guy.
got it.
So, speak.
Our government's on some next level ass shit, hey?
I was just thinking about the pot, you know. Back in the day, it was better pot. It really was. Because when you smoked,
you got seeds in it?
No.
You got seeds in it?
No seeds. And
I miss having seeds in my pot.
And you smoke it, it tastes like hash, like a fine hash. And every time you hit it, it tastes like that. It doesn't go away. You know? You get the pot nowadays, they do spray it for them bugs, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so there you got a chemical on your plant already.
Because who wants a roach in their roach?
You take and you get some seeds, like from Mexico, get some Acapulco Gold or some Panama Red or, you know, Colombian Gold. Get something like that, them seeds. Get them and plant them. You'll see the fucking difference, man. You really will.
Are you saying that, though, is the pot better today?
And they talk about paraquat, about people getting that shake and all that kind of shit, you know, and all
What's that from?
That's paraquat. They sprayed it. They sprayed the pot in Mexico with that.
Dude.
They turned it all yellow. And they said, don't smoke that because that ain't no good for you. We smoked it. It was fucking good, man. Really good.
Do you think...
Nobody died from it. Nobody got Alzheimer's or anything
okay,
like that.
Do you think that Americans are being poisoned through drugs in America?
Oh, yeah, definitely so.
Our food
balance is way
we're
down.
definitely being pushed to the doctor all the time and coming out with like the forever pills instead of like learning, like I was talking about the cholesterol pill.
Yeah, that's
then
what I got.
you know, yeah, you're gonna have stuff for like your heart, but whatever happened to not just preventative medicine, but like a natural way of being able to bring some of that back.
They give me cholesterol pills and my cholesterol. There's nothing wrong with my cholesterol. I'm normal with it. You know, I'm not even high on it.
No, that's because it's just in case.
They gave me. It's for the flow of the blood in the foot, so it doesn't coagulate or whatever, or get a
blood clot
in it. And I only take half of one a day. You know, so. But then they give me this other stuff, Corona, Corosio, so something like that. Them kind of pills. I got like 3 pills, you know, and then a rub, you know. Porosis of the
cirrhosis of the liver.
No, porosis
of the foot.
Of the veins.
Oh,
damage.
There's cirrhosis. There's porosis, and what else is there? Osmosis.
Yeah. So they said that it's not pumping right through the veins because the veins are small. But man, when I put my sock on, I can see the big old fat vein on top of that thing. I don't know.
Your dad's got tiny little veins.
But I do have to say though, like you become like
immune.
No,
you don't become immune.
But you walk around and you become just a way of becoming a slave of the system. That's one of the ways right there, and it's through the pharmaceuticals. I've heard this before about us being called healthcare, and we should be called death care because we're taxed from cradle to the day we die.
Cradle to the grave?
Yeah, absolutely. From the cradle to the grave. But during that whole entire time, we're being poisoned. And, you know, whoever thought that taking a pill to correct like something, I'll just say, I don't know, like I would see some of these commercials where the side effect is, you know, you have these ear splitting
side
headaches.
Effects are rectum bleeding.
Yeah, super diarrhea from hell. Don't leave the bathroom. Extreme vomiting.
Yes, I'm
rigging
not
of the
feeling
ears
well
for
right now.
3 days. And
keep talking.
Yeah.
Side effects. Rectum bleeding.
yeah, and you know what I mean? You have extreme shaking of the left side of the body for 72 hours within taking your first dose.
Hey, like I sent a video to you guys to watch. I don't know if you guys watched it. It was about the Illuminati, and it was this guy who was an ex-Satanist, And he talked about those Illuminati cards, and he's like, this is really like their plans. And for some reason, these cards weren't meant to be out given to the public. Somebody didn't want these cards to be given out. Then there was a part 2 that he did, because I only got to see 45 minutes of his presentation. So they showed the other 45 minutes of his presentation, and he talked about the medication and the side effects. And he's like, this is like, he talked about artificial flavors. He was talking about like the stuff that you were talking about with the food. Yeah. That guy was saying all this stuff. He said this like 20 years ago at Prophecy Club. Yeah. GMOs. I heard somewhere where people, if they get that, the vaccine, the COVID shot, and they got that biometric stuff in their body now.
Wait. I just want to stop you right there. What did you call that? Vaccine?
Yeah.
It's not a vaccine. It's a gene therapy.
Okay, but
it's a gene therapy.
All right.
It's not a vaccine.
The 5Gs.
Because a vaccine
the 5Gs
prevents stuff.
Yeah.
It
People are going to be
stuff.
6G. You know that, right? That's what he's saying. Now,
I feel
that's
sick
through
after
the biometric,
the 5G got turned on.
The stuff that's in their body. So you got the 5G, you got the 6G. Man. And then he said, he was like, I don't know if he's the one that said it, but he was talking about GMOs, and he said, somebody was saying this, that the more people through transhumanism alter their bodies now, and it kind of falls in line with talking about the government, bringing the government, accepting stuff from the government, and the government has say in your house and your fridge and all this other stuff, right? He was like, you won't even own yourself anymore. You'll be like, because you'll be owned by a company like that GMO stuff. Because they all this stuff is coming from them.
Well, you're already owned by the United States government once you have a Social Security card. That's your prisoner number. That's your slave number. That's the number they're going to tax you on. That's the number they're going to find you with. That's going to be the number they associate you with. Let me just go grab another soda.
With the Jews, you put it on their wrist, the number. Here, they give us a card, make it more illegal. Yeah. I tell you, the government, the government is just way too big. Got to get rid of a lot of those programs that don't make no difference to anything. They took a law that was normal back in the day and made it a law against the law, and it became a felony. It became a felony. It was nothing in the beginning, then it became a felony, and that's.
There's so many laws that if they want, they can get you.
Anything, yeah.
It's designed that way. Yeah. And you know what? I think it's designed.
Getting in your car, sitting on your seat the wrong way.
Subconsciously. They're not even aware of what they're doing. They're so worried about perfecting that it's gone to the point that it's actually working against us all as citizens in America. Too many laws, man. You can't even feel like you got away from something. Like, you can't even, and it's like they want to punish you. They want to punish you for everything.
But your taxes on your home and that, eh? Back at, say your taxes was, $1,200 a year. That's pretty cheap. Say it's that. That house is still the same motherfucking house. That land is still the same goddamn land, and yet they raise it. Now you're paying $3,000 some dollars for your taxes.
Because
nothing changes.
Because you're paying for the school, you're paying for the other social programs, and social programs aren't just like after school. They go way deeper than that. You know what I mean? You have like community centers. You're paying for like the food drives and the food programs that need to be happening. There's homeless people out there. We got to feed them, but we're not going to give them any way out of their solution. They're just going to raise more money that we can use as a personal piggy bank and pretend we're feeding other homeless people. Because you know what? There's no way that these people in government can walk away with salaries of like $150,000 a year and have like within 2 years or so have like $10 million. They're selling something, and it's not their ass. Inside trading.
Yeah. Congress, Senate, all them people, millionaires.
Because the president gets paid $250,000 a year to be the president.
I think it's 400 now.
You think it's 400?
Mm-hmm.
Get your billionaires. Get your billionaires. The Obamas walked out of the White House being get your billionaires. They walked in poor as fuck. And they walked out get your billionaires.
Yeah. But has there been a president that's walked out broke?
Well,
Richard Nixon,
they already had money. They already had money, so
yeah.
It's
I
just
would
like
say
the Bush,
probably Nixon.
like the Bush. Bush, they
Nixon,
didn't need no money. They were oil tycoons, you know.
Yeah.
So
he was.
And Barbara Bush,
busy. He was busy. Like, yeah.
Barbara Bush, she was a hairstylist for the movie stars, you know, that played movies.
Wow, I didn't know that. I wonder if
she
was
was
a looker.
also related to a lot of people historically because one of her like great grandfather or uncle or some shit like that was the worst before recent times, was the worst president in history, and that was like President Pierce or something like that. Like he sucked so bad, like they gave him the boot. He didn't even last long. He's like, dude, this guy. And that's what they used to do to people that didn't make sense or couldn't pull their shit together. I mean, when you become a government figure, you work for the people. The people don't work for you. We didn't become your servants. You're the servant to the public. I'm the public. My taxes are now paying that senator. Now I'll go back to where my taxes for my, not only what I pay for in that state, but my property tax pays some of that shit. You bet. It goes for the food drives. It goes for my senators. It goes for the fucking police. It goes for the fire department. Dude, literally, I go to work and I see like Social Security being taken out of my paycheck that I'm never going to receive. All those people, I almost call them fools.
Because the economy's going to collapse. So that's why you're never going to see it. Economy's going to collapse.
The only reason why it's afloat now is that you can
it hasn't
retire.
happened yet.
How old can you be when you retire? 72, right?
I hope not, but it won't matter.
72.
Listen to this.
72.
Yeah.
And if you have 401k, you can't touch that 100%
Until you're 72.
until you're 76.
Oh.
What the fuck? Is that so you can pay for
Now,
your fucking
60
house?
okay, well, you're saying
so now
that's
I get
based
the
on when a
privilege of
person-
working till I'm 70.
Hold on, but that's based
and then,
on when a person's born, right? When they can collect. Because I know guys that collect when they're 62.
Yeah, some people do. They collect ahead of time, but they don't get the full benefit.
That they could have got.
Yeah, they don't get the full benefit.
Now, once they collect when they're 62, are they locked in for that forever?
No, as soon as you turn 72, then you go on to your norm. You know, right? But when you take and retire at 62,
I think I
you're
have
only
that
getting
wrong, yeah.
they're taking quite a bit. You're maybe you're living on 5/8 of it, you know, and the government's got the rest of it yet. But when you turn your age to receive that, you get that back, but you don't get back pay. You just get it just rolls over to that now. And you know, say you're married, and a lot of people don't know that, but when you're married and a spouse passes away, you collect his Social Security too. Maybe not all, but some of it.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't know that. It's like person I know, she won't go down and
Hello,
work,
you have a prepaid call from
you know.
Richard Harris.
an inmate at Oshkosh Correctional Institution. Your account balance is $11.66. To hear the charges for this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up. All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hey. What's it going on?
You know? Is it just you know? Did everybody leave?
No. No, Rich is over here doing his thing, and my
I know
dad
he's
is.
not mad because because I called him Andrew, is he? Oh my God, my middle name is Harold. There, take that.
That was a cowboy show.
I mean, like literally everybody used to call me when I was growing up LD. I used to be like, fuck you.
No, it's not
Sorry,
that. I'm not feeling that well today, so I'm actually like, I'm laying down right now while we're all doing the podcast. I'm laying down. I got this pounding headache. But I'm here, dude. I'm here.
Nah, I know you are, man. I'm like, pretty proud of you, man. You're
I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are.
I'm Andrew. What did you say his middle name was?
Harold.
Harold.
Yeah, but your real name though is
Harold.
Andrew. Is Richard Andrew Jackson
Andrew.
Harvey.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put my dedication to my book and be like, yeah, the Manwich Show, Andrew. Yeah, that's him.
So we're still talking about the government, and this is what I was gonna say. They're talking about. It kind of ties in with the government. So when the economy collapses, they're talking about countries that they're not gonna want. They're gonna want when they go onto their own gold and get away from the dollar. What they have, man, the way this was said to me, they're gonna send back the U.S. dollars, and they're gonna want their money back at the value that it is now.
Yeah.
And so, dude, oh my goodness, man,
that's how your food goes up.
Yeah.
It costs money. Say you're selling a load of products coming in overseas, and it's like $10 billion for all that stuff. All of a sudden, something happens, and help it in the economy. Now, instead of having that billion, they want $1 trillion now for that product, and that's how it goes up because it's not by demand. It's how the economy runs. Right. By the percentage. When you buy something for $1 and you sell it for $2, you're making a profit. But when you got $1 and also that dollar turns to 50 cents, you're going to make up that other 50 cents to make that back $1. So that product goes up that little bit more, 50 cents more to make that profit that it lost that 50 cents. And it keeps on adding and adding and adding. Pretty soon the economy collapses. You got shit,
Because the product you were giving them ain't worth nothing anymore.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, to put in perspective, Richard. Okay, so now there's a place out that we have here, a restaurant called Five Guys. It's just a hamburger joint. It's just a hamburger joint. That's all it is. This one lady was like bitching and complaining. And I don't blame her because I've experienced something like that there before, just kind of similar. But for 2 burgers and 2 shakes and a small fry, she paid $42.
Oh, they're tripping, man. Them Five Guys need to get their ass kicked.
Yeah, I'm going to the grocery store, man. We're just gonna buy this shit.
Ping, pow.
I go buy some hamburgers from McDonald's and go over there and sit in their restaurant and eat
Yeah.
it.
You could have went on Craigslist. You could have went on Craigslist, got a free grill, and then went and got the food, and then grilled in front of their place and still made a profit.
I was just about to say some shit like that. Like, dude, I would just go and get some fucking like really good fucking hamburger meat, some sirloin and shit like that. Throw that on the grill. Some good fucking brioche bread and a pickle. Shit.
Oh yeah, brioche bread.
You're supporting. You got whoever people going
take
to
it
that
over
place.
to the hamburger joint, make it on their stove in front of them.
Five.
Let me put the real grease on here.
That's like a
But
GoFundMe,
no filler.
dude. A restaurant GoFundMe. That's what that is, man.
Dude, that's
Guys.
crazy.
That's a restaurant GoFundMe.
It's just that.
I should put myself on there. Now it's 6 guys. 6 guys,
Well,
man.
there's no dollar menu at McDonald's anymore. So they'll say there's a dollar menu, but there's nothing on the dollar menu.
Now there's stuff, but it's like it's not the good. It's no more McDoubles. Not. I mean, what do they got for?
There's no food. You get a soda and a coffee.
Or you get a vanilla cone, but it used to be 2 for $1.
That's the dollar menu. Now, if you want like a burger and you're gonna get an adult meal, it's like $12-13.
Yeah, man, McDonald's has become a real restaurant, but with the gimmick of a fast food
that's
joint.
gonna give you sick. That's gonna make you sick and give you like health problems.
Restaurant prices, but still packaged in a fast food manner. It's so ironic, dude. Ronald McDonald's hurting for cash. I mean, come on, man. That's because of COVID. That's because of COVID, dude. You know what? Then people need to stop going to McDonald's. You know, McDonald's used to feed a family. You could feed a family at McDonald's. You say, you know what? Look, we're not going to do the dishes.
All our kids are fucking fat and sick.
We're not going to do our dishes. We're not going to do it. You're not going to have to clean a frying pan and worry about the grease. Let's all go to McDonald's. Let's get some McDoubles, man, for the time, the headache, and like the buy the ingredients. You could go to McDonald's back then, and you could get 10 McDoubles for $10, and then you go get yourself 2 large sodas, $12 right there. Hey, when it's all said and done, you might not have any leftovers, right? Like you would if you made it at home. But it's wham bam, it's done, and then you know that was the end of it. But now, like my sister was saying, you know they got restaurant price for that. You might as well go to the taco truck.
You know what? Too, since we're on this topic of this really quick, they were just talking about in the Daily Mail that they're gonna come up with adult Happy Meals.
Oh, yeah.
So adults,
that's scary because you got adults in diapers.
Dude, for those people that are regressing and they're like, I don't feel this age, I feel that age.
All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
Yeah, we hear
You know
that.
what? I feel the same as I always did. The only thing that got better was that my mind stretched out and it never shrunk back to the smallness that it was before. You know? If anything, my mind outgrew my body.
My body was telling me no, but my mind was telling
this
me
one,
yeah.
I heard this one inspirational thing that went kind of along the lines of like something like that, where once your mind is grows and it stretches, it never goes back to the shape it was before. So like, and that goes to
you lost me there.
I've heard here. I just go, my lord.
Well,
my brain got
you realize
fat.
You're talking, wait.
Stretch
I mean,
marks.
you're talking to a guy that's in prison, and she's saying everything that leads to like a dirty joke, and I'm like, shit. This is a lot harder than I thought. I mean, everything, and then you got Andrew in the background singing R. Kelly. I'm like, oh shit, this is really going south.
You know what? I talk like this because I read those fucking comic books. That's why.
You just gotta look at the cover.
Well,
Yeah.
Get off the comic books now. I like comic. I love these comic books.
Yeah, well, it expands your mind.
I gotta defend them. I gotta defend Richard now with the comic books.
That's what I'm saying. It expands. It expanded my mind and my vocabulary. Like I'm telling you, I read some of those things. And I'm like, and I lay back and I spend time meditating, and I think like, because I wake up early. I got sleeping disorder. Like I can only sleep like 3 hours at a crack, and I'm fucking awake for like 2 hours, and then I fall asleep again for like maybe another 2, maybe 3 hours. It's like kind of, it's super annoying because I'm like tired. I'm so tired I could go to sleep, but yet I can't actually. I can fall asleep, but I can't stay asleep.
So what you do is you set up in a podcast for when you're awake, and then you get paid for those 2 to 3 hours for people just to look at how nuts you are trying to get back to sleep. That works out.
You know what? I bet you somebody would actually watch that. Sleeping in bed.
Dude, somebody
the whole
would
show
watch
would do
this.
that. Sleeping in bed.
People,
Yeah.
yeah. You're definitely going to get paid on that. They're gonna be
Watch
like,
me
"Oh,
sleep."
Oh, he's up, everybody.
Oh my God! Stop, maybe. You know what? Maybe.
Dude, we could do a set where it looks like a prison cell, and we got prison bunks, and we're all laying in the bunk, and we're all talking to guys in prison. Dude, that'd be the podcast right there. That'd be the podcast, and then we got somebody dress up as a CO.
If you're going to do the cell, you got to have the Trumpy. Listen, you got to have the Trumpy bear. You got to get the Trumpy bear and put him in the cell with. Be like, I take my Trumpy bear everywhere.
Dude, there's people.
I love that fucking Trumpy bear.
Hey.
I love that Trumpy bear.
I knew a guy, and he had the layout to how to make all the characters for Super Mario out of yarn, crocheting them. Dude, he had so much. He had a bundle, dude. He had a package. He had so many different things that he can make. And he could make full-blown blankets. And I was thinking, I said, man, if I were to have got that guy to make, like Super Mario bars, whatever, and keep it in my cell, and just tell him like I haven't mailed it yet. I'm supposed to mail it next week or something, because you can't keep that stuff. You can't keep it.
What do you mean?
But you could pimp out your cell. You could pimp out your cell. If you really want to, you could pimp out your cell. I don't know about where you're at, but if you have the older radios, you can connect your aux
cord.
Yeah, but you connect it from the tablet. The tablet, you have surround sound. Dude, I was in the cell with this guy, and we would watch movies, and you'd be like surround sound. Because it was getting piped. The audio was getting piped through the radio. And can you imagine if I'd have had my stuff up? If I had had my Super Mario Brothers, no. But you could pimp out. You could pimp out your cell. You could pimp it out. Like I had stuff that was rigged. Well, it just it wasn't no.
You
pimp
mean you
like
couldn't
that.
make a stuffed animal and keep it?
I made nunchucks. No,
Well,
you can't keep that stuff in there. No,
You can't keep a teddy bear?
no. But what I would do is
What if you said like you can't? You can't keep a teddy bear?
No.
Why? Because
Hell, are you kidding me?
I made nunchucks though. I made nunchucks when I was in there.
Because you could use the yard.
You can't have any finished product. Anything that's finished needs to be removed from your cell, and they're on it here about that. If they come through your cell and catch it, they'll just throw your shit away. They don't even care. They got to fight with them and go to the hole and all sort of shit.
But you can make a picture though. You can paint a picture, or draw a picture, right?
Yep.
What about
You better make it look like it's not finished.
What about this? What about if dang man, I get this headache.
I would make these big giant fucking stuffed animal
the models
things with missing a fucking arm or a leg, and just like every day, like I wouldn't. No, I just would never complete it. He would just like be missing like his fucking nose and
That's what
leg.
most people do. They just don't complete it until they're ready to get rid of it, and then they're like, all right, I'm selling such and such or doing this. That's the only way you can survive in here. It's like me when I do pictures, but I stopped doing pictures for people just because it's a nightmare here. People are telling on you. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. The guards are running in your room, going, "Oh, that looks like it's done to me."
Dude, over a picture too. Could you imagine being fucked with over a fucking picture?
These people
Get the fuck out of here. There's more in life, man. What the hell?
I have been. Listen, I just finished one of the coolest pictures for this guy, and it was just like, I really went out of my comfort zone because I don't do shit like this for people, unless I like them or whatever. So I did it, got it done. The guard caught it after he paid me. Caught it, made him throw it out. It was about $150.
So he didn't get time to mail it?
He didn't even listen. He didn't even get nothing. He literally had it in the envelope. And they went up to the cell search on him. The guy, he didn't have it sealed yet. The guard pulled it out and was like, "Oh well, you don't even have arts and crafts on your, drawing and stuff on your art list, or whatever, da da da. So you got two choices. You can write you a major conduct report, and you can lose your job and everything you worked for, or you can throw this out right now." I was like,
See, people are sick. You know what? Check it out. Oh yeah, the model like the kits when people have the cars.
Yeah.
Dude, but like where I was at in Racine, man, dude. This one sergeant walked in there. He just like my friend was making a calzone. He was doing something, man. He was doing something. He didn't even the seat, but he had the door open. He'd always leave the door open. The sergeant walked right in there and said, "Oh yeah, that's a good show," and then walked right out. Some spooky stuff, man. Like you just like.
But there are decent officers. They're not here. There's not a lot of them.
You got people in there that hate people.
Attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
Like 2 days ago, we had a fight on the yard. It was pretty substantial. And we've got this extremely emotionally disturbed younger African-American officer. She's female. She's the nuttiest thing you ever seen. Let me just say that, And the guards had to stop her. She was in the van, and she launched the van in the air going across the sidewalk to try to get to these guys all the way across the field. When there was already guards there, they were yelling at her on the radio, "Stop, slow down, what the hell are you doing?" Da, da, da. Everybody watched it. Like, she dukes the hazard, this thing. They kicked her out of the van. So they're like, "Yeah, you're walking back. You don't get the fucking keys to the van. What's wrong with you?" I mean, she's literally that nuts. Why do you have people here that can't comprehend correctly in a situation? And everybody was thinking, what happened, if there was more people in the way when she came across that sidewalk and it launched, there's no way to stop a big full-size panel van. You know, she would have just hit everybody. You know, we're just like, what the hell? You know, so, and this is just one out of like maybe, I'd say there's at least 50 officers here that are mentally disturbed. And it's like, that's not me being prejudiced against the guards or anything. That's
Dude, there was this lady. There was this lady, and she like, I remember one day she like winked at me. You know, she was talking, and she was like, you know, flirt. You should flirt with people, and she winked at me.
She's waiting for you to do something.
No, she winked at me like she would wink at, like she winks at everybody, and I winked back at her, and she said, "Don't you go doing that."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm thinking, you started it, and then I remember there was this our lady, and it's like, she was like, she wanted to be treated like a woman, but she talked like a man. She'd act like a man, but want to be treated like a woman. And see, those are the kind of like where you end up hitting them. You know, you act like a man, you get hit like a man. You act like a woman, they treat you like a woman. It's my.
Well, you come here in the guards. We've got transgender guards here, and that's really disturbing too. So it's
they're out there.
You're like, what the fuck do I do here?
Dude, there was this pretty chick. There was this pretty chick. She had butterflies on her forearms, right? You could tell she was pretty at one point, and she wanted to be transgender. She was She was looked like a dude. She was growing out a beard, and she had, but you could tell before she was brainwashed that she had, you know, she made herself look like a woman. And somewhere somebody came and was like, "Hey, you know, you look better with a dick." Or something, I don't, you know, something, dude. Because all of a sudden they're now just ruining her body, man. They show guys, they show guys and women after they transitioned, and like the guy would look handsome and he's looking like a girl. He's like, "I realized I'll never be this," and he was like, I really didn't want him to do it at the last couple minutes. I was like, no, I changed my mind, but they wouldn't let him back out or whatever, and they cut off his penis.
Who is he talking about? Golden Girl Pete?
No, I'm talking about just people Joe Schmoes. And
Oh man, I knew a boxer that was locked up with me, you know, a while back, and he did the same shit. Like he was like, man, this thing's out of here. And he pulled his thing out, you know what I mean? He started hacking it off, and blood everywhere and shit. He brought it up to the desk.
That was in Waupun, wasn't it? Wasn't that in Waupun?
Yeah, that was in Waupun.
Yeah, he threw it off the third tier. Yeah, they wouldn't give him an operation. He turned him down.
They wouldn't give him the operation, so he whacked it off. He took it up to the desk, but he was damn near passing out. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe you know about that.
I know. Yeah.
That was Golden Gloves. That was Pete. His name was Pete Pekurski. His name was Golden Gloves Pete.
Yeah.
That's the guy who did that. Oh my god.
Were you there when that happened, Ken?
No, I heard about that.
I think Chepe knows about that. I think Chepe called in earlier. Chepe, my friend Chepe, he was in Waupun. He said something. He said it was a guy that cut off his balls and threw, you know.
Yeah.
And he, you know about that? And the guy died. He cut his balls off.
There's a lot of them just do stuff just to get out of their prison. Because if they do that and they do go to that operation, they have a right to go to the female prison to Chiquita.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think this guy did it. He did it out of spite. He was just so angry and mad, and he's probably in there for the rest of his life. And he cut his testicles off. He had him in a hole. And when they opened up the door or whatever, he threw them at him or some.
Why would you want to go to Chichita? I mean, there's girls there, but you no longer. But you no longer got a dick.
Women there.
Yeah, dude, they're mean as shit. They're mean.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna fuck you up. They're gonna beat you.
I don't want to go there with a bunch of angry females.
Hell yeah, you better be a super duper soft feminine type guy with nothing going on. Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine. Also, I've been watching some of those YouTube things about those female prisoners because we do the male prisoners and you guys are kind of scary, but those girls are mental. They're crazy.
Let's say a prayer for Andrew. Let's make sure he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you know kidding. Jeff and Pat, if they want to get back on.
Yep, I'll let them know.
You know,
has anybody else called?
Yeah, there were probably other people that are calling too, but like we still gave like a 20-minute phone call to you right now. 10 minutes.
I couldn't even help it.
We had Chepe, we had Alabama called in advance. Yeah. All right.
Well, Rich, I hope you get better, man. I really do.
And that's it. Oh man. We'll keep talking.
I was wondering if you're gonna make
He's
it.
under the weather. How in the fuck you get under the weather? Oh, here's it's warmer down here. I'm gonna stay underneath this one here. Words.
So there's this thing going around called white lung pneumonia.
Yeah. That's been
China.
around. That's been around for a while.
I feel like, I am not kidding. I feel like this is like COVID 2.0. We're just doing the same shit over again. It's an election cycle.
That's all it is, pneumonia.
But everybody's getting it. They're all dying from it. And I remember seeing that. I remember heard about COVID. It was December, and then January came around. They were like, "Oh my God, you're making a big deal out of nothing." Just, and they were talking about like stopping people from China from coming over. And then they were like, "No, don't do it. Hug an Asian person." Through February, everybody was hugging Asians. And then March, everybody started getting COVID. And then in April, nobody was allowed to go to work. And then everything was like super duper fucking weird for like a really long time after that.
Yeah, well, did you ever figure that?
But it feels like it's happening again because they're ramping up the fear for that. And they're saying now it started all in Ohio. And
yeah,
it's like anytime you go, like,
but the thing
I know somebody who was recently to the doctor.
Is the government paying something on us behind the scene by saying, people are saying, "Well, I ain't wearing that mask and all that," and he's saying, "Yeah, you are." No, I'm not. So you don't have to wear the mask, right? And they're saying that 30% of the people that took the shot died from the shot, the new one that they got, and then people say, "I ain't taking that shot," and never says, and I ain't wearing that mask. But could it be that the government don't want you to do that? They want you to get that virus. They want you to die. To population elimination. That could be. It's scary. It's so fucking scary out there. For
a lot
real.
of the people I've been watching the statistics, and a lot of the people that died early on, they died because they were on those machines and they couldn't recover when they were taken off. It was being on the machines actually were the big killers of COVID.
Respirators.
And the respirators. And you know what I'm quoting this off of? I'm quoting this off of the same assholes that was telling everybody to go to the hospital and run, and we needed all these machines, and they were telling everybody, "Oh, we need all these respirator machines." And ask these places now where they're at. We're not using them. Did we put them back in storage for another time? No. They're in a fucking landfill. They're in my tax dollars didn't even go to maybe another time or any of this fucking PPE
country
or nothing.
Another country could have used them.
Yeah, they threw them away. They threw them in the fucking landfill. I don't get it. Nothing. Help it make sense, because none of it's making sense. So it's just so weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like stupid shit like that's going to happen again.
It could have been due to that mask, that people are getting sick off that mask. But
well,
of course
I was forced.
Two people breathing
I
off
was
the same
forced
machine.
to yeah, they did. And some people were getting care that they shouldn't have gotten. That was inappropriate. But those are all behind the scenes. If you want to know more about that, you just have to do your own research when it comes to some of that stuff, because that's the only way you're going to find the truth, is because anybody can tell you whatever they want. I could sit here and tell you, oh, blah, 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 this, that. And it'd be the absolute fucking truth. God's honest truth. Why would I lie about it type of thing? But it doesn't matter, because I'm telling you. But the only way you're going to take anything serious, if you go do the research yourself and you look it up and you find it and you fall down the rabbit hole and you take that own personal journey, because that's when it gets personal. Otherwise, a lot of these videos, they're for inspiration. They're to help feed your mind, help give it a stretch. You know what I mean? Your mind is bored. You're boring. And now you're all, we're sitting here talking, we say something, ooh, it piqued your interest. Your mind took a breath. Oh, stretch out a little bit there, yawn. Stretch, like, what was that? You don't think I start Googling that. And you start Googling, you're like, what the fuck is that? Wait, no. Let me see that again. Well, what is this? And you start thinking about other weird shit. I like looking at pictures because they're like, look at this, but then look at everything else around it. Don't just look at what they're telling you. They're like, oh, look at this lady running horribly from holding her kids and running horribly from whatever, this and that. And you look in the background and people are just standing there, they're like, watch. It's like a clip from a TV show, and these are extras in the background that are watching, the cameramen and shit. It's weird. I don't know. I just see things so different. And after you keep doing that, you keep asking yourself, what's wrong with this picture? What sticks out? It's like those weird things that as a kid you would see, like, oh, how many bananas are hidden in the picture, type of shit. Now it's like every time I look at any of these like weird Inquirer type things, I'm like, what's in the background? So I got to say, I look at old vanity. I have a couple old vanity books that I kept around, old gossip rags and shit. And I came across them. I was like, ooh, with my fresh eyes, let's see what I'm looking at. And they're talking about like these wild artsy fartsy parties and stuff. And I'm looking at the pictures, but they're all blurred out. They're the shittiest fucking pictures I've ever seen in my fucking life. But it isn't about the picture. It was about the article. But these are world proclaimed photographers that are professionals.
You look at something long enough and you can see certain things. Just like I watched this cowboy show, right? And this lady says, this is about custard, right?
Hello,
And she
you have
said
a prepaid
Buster.
call from
She said Buster. And when she turned around,
an inmate
said
at
custard.
Oshkosh Correctional
did say
Institution. All calls other than
And you
properly
catch
placed attorney
words.
calls may be monitored
shows I
and
watch, you catch
recorded.
words
Thank you for using
that they make
IC
mistakes
Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
That's how you look at things too.
There it is. Grand Central Station on a Saturday night. Tonight's topic is the government, and trust me, there's a lot to talk about. I mean, it could actually feel like a 2-week show. Forget having 2 hours because you just take every little topic,
putting this one together,
and they're like behind the scene things that they do, because it isn't just like senators and stuff like that. We have a lot of 3-letter agencies like the IRS and the CIA and the FBI and the God knows what fucking else that's got a bunch of letters with it that we don't know yet. Got some Men in Black going on. Tell us, what's your beef with the government besides their ill-preparedness and the way that they really made the prison system really a business?
Yeah, they do. I mean, hey, Oshkosh here had the BS and it's the business BSE, business something enterprises, business bureau, or some shit like that. And these guys here, they rent out sheets and everything. So imagine how much money they're making off renting out sheets. They rent out sheets to Norwood, to the crazy people, to hospitals or something like that. And they're paying these guys 99 cents an hour. So that just shows you how much that they're making off from this system. And now all these people are getting $33 an hour because their job is so dangerous, but yet they're standing behind a desk listening to Green Day or some kind of rock and surfing the web.
Watchers, just like management. A lot of management they're just watchers. They watch you work.
Yeah.
They watch you. Mm-hmm.
And I just don't understand how Tony Everts here and all them can lie to everybody, because we're on the phone all the time. We when they open up the day room, people do their thing. We all live our life. We all have little routines in here, and there is no threat to nothing. And they the government and all them say, oh yeah, we need to give them increases. The only reason why you guys need to give people increases is because the people, when you do have people coming through, they don't want it. today's world involves technology. Who wants to sit behind a desk and not have their phone on them? You can't go on Facebook. You can't do this. You can't do that. But, you know, they got the internet here.
So fucking what if you can't do any of that shit? Because you know what? I remember there was a time before there was all that technology and you didn't have all that access to shit. And you know what you did? You did something else to fill your time that didn't make you so fucking stupid. Yeah, you did your fucking job. You know what I mean? You didn't wait for somebody else you didn't wait to fuck up so somebody else could tell you, you know, help you correct your shit and everything. I know that came out kind of weird, but it's just I know people make mistakes and stuff like that, but I feel like the world has gone to the place where nobody does what they're supposed to do, and they wait for other companies to call them and say, "Hey, we got your shit here. Do you still want it?" "Oh yeah. Let me see." Like, dude, why am I calling you to remind you to do your job? Right. And that's where we're at in life. That's where we're at. It just made me mental when you said they sit behind the desk and they surf the web and shit like that. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Like, holy fuck, dude. It's okay to do that because I know a lot of people that can do that and still work. They can still work. They can still function. I'm talking about those assholes that just, I'm just going to sit here and do this and somebody else will catch up all the flack and, you know, I'll just be invisible. When you're loud as fuck, everybody knows. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, like when I was out there working and stuff like that, I would live stream, you know, but I would just prop the phone, or I'd make like a little rig, whatever, so that way I could like prop it, and then you know you could like watch me like building buildings or something, you know. That was, I mean, it was pretty cool, but you know, I never let it interfere with my work, you know. And but these guys, it's almost like, you know. Okay, yeah, people break the law and stuff like that, but they're using this whole system as like some kind of like, there's no turnover rate. And the only turnover rate that there is somebody's collecting a hell of a paycheck. You know, for everybody that's in here, they're saying on average that you know, even you know, filing your W-2s and all that, at minimum 32,000 per person out on the streets to live. Okay, so that's 32,000. That's 32,000 for each person in here to live. Well, where do you see the 32,000? Because they jack up the price of canteen, and they're not jacking up the price of our pay. You know, we get $4 every 2 weeks. By the time I'm done, I walk away with $1 after 2 weeks.
All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
And then you've got these greedy fuckers in here that come and do room searches. And if you don't have something on your property, they take it. And then they charge you to dispose of the property, which is restitution. But yet that piece of equipment that they confiscated from me, for example, I had a TV and they took it because I don't have a TV on my property list. So this is what they did: is they took the damn TV and then they gave me a $10 disposal fee. I got another TV. They took that one and they gave me a $15, which I should have learned off from it. But you know what? There was a lot of shows on that I didn't want to miss. And
I have to ask, the only way that you can get it on the list is you can't just be like, hey, I bought a TV from one of the inmates here. And
I'm trying to, in fact, I just wrote a proposal to the warden and asked, hey, look, you know, some of us are not fortunate with, you know, funds and stuff like that. Is there any way that maybe we could work out some kind of, you know, proposal for electronics to be transferred to somebody else for, you know, a small fee, whatever, for $5 or $10 or something like that? Because these guys, you know what they do? I guarantee you, they probably go and they probably have like some kind of like holiday raffle, and they take all that stuff up front, and then they say, "Oh, hey, look, I got all this, da 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 da," you know, and let's send it home and wrap it up for Christmas and be like, "Oh yeah, how cool is that? You get to see all the cool moving parts inside there because it's all clear."
They do that. That's what they do. They do that. They really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every time I see him go out back, and go in the dumpster and unlock it with all the electronics, I always tell him, raffle time, raffle time.
How long do you got left in there?
7 months.
Why don't you try and get into Sanger B Powers? Minimum.
Huh?
Minimum Sanger B Powers. Get into there. You could request that and you can go there, you know.
What, minimum?
Yeah, you can go minimum. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta do SUDS. They want me to do SUDS 3. I gotta be on the campus in order to do that.
Oh wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because when I was there, I got sent to Sanger B. I told that lady. She said, "Well, where do you want to go?" I said, "There's one place I don't want to go, and that's Sanger B Powers. I don't want to go there, and nobody's going to send me there either." You're going to Sanger B if you like it or not. All right. But that's the best one of them out of them. You get paid.
It's not even it's not even the fact that they take it. You know what I mean? I understand. Okay, they're doing their job. You know, I was in the wrong. Yeah, but not that I'm not hurting anybody. Whatever. It's an occupier, is what it is. It's a pacifier, just like the tablets. You know, now they want all these guys that bought these tablets, and they're jacked up to $150 when you can go out and buy a tablet at Office Max for $80, and that's a Samsung. You know.
Yeah.
And these guys here, you know, they want to jack up the prices on everything and make $1 off from this.
Wow.
And now these guys, now they're bringing in these new tablets, and they're trying to charge people $18 for Pandora, $36 for Apple or TV or whatever. And if you don't have any money, they're trying to charge it to where you pay like 5 cents or 6 cents a minute or some shit like that. Well, either way you look at it, you guys still eat up all my money. I make $4. By the time I'm done, I make $1 at the end of 2 weeks. Oh boy.
Yeah, but still, that's too much. You should only have like maybe 20 cents because that whole $1, that seems like, yeah. And you know what? It's like that out in the real world too, because like that money, let's say you make like $15 an hour, you get taxed like 30%. So you're not even bringing home the whole 15. You're bringing home like maybe, I don't know. What would that be, Dad?
$8.
There we go. Bringing home $8. But then you go to the store and you're paying like that 6 to 10%. Yeah. So
by the time you're done, you're not making enough.
Yeah, because everything you buy is not worth what you are putting into it. You know what I mean? Like that $15 became $8 real quick, and then with the taxes
if you look at it, it's like running a business. It's an overhead, and there's a lot of hidden costs that you don't see by the time when you see it, and then all of a sudden you total it up, and you be like, damn, where the hell did all my fucking money go? Well, you got this tax over here, and you got tax on this, and then you've got this bill that came up, and you've got a phone bill that you thought was, it all adds up.
And you thought was just going to be like forever
for free.
$35, and that's the way it started at, but it has nothing to do with inflation. It has to do with nobody paying their fucking bills. And the executives, they still have to find a way to get paid because there's no way they're not going to get a bonus every year. And that bonus has to be more than last year's bonus. That company better double their fucking income. And then double it every year, doubling it every year, doubling it. That's like fucking insane. Like, how much money do you need?
I worked for Custom Fab and Repair welding facility out of a company out of Marshfield, and I make good money and stuff. And this guy, so I got like 10 years with him, and every year, this guy, this head guy, he'd have multi-billion-dollar contracts, and every year Christmas he give us a little bonus, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this guy, we're gonna be making good money, and every bonus maybe it'll go up. Hell no, every year $100. That was it.
Well,
and
you're
I'm
lucky
just like,
you got a bonus like that, because I've had many jobs where you didn't even get a signed card because it was offensive. All right, I worked at a bank. I worked for Wells Fargo for years, and then U.S. Bank. And let me tell you something. They throw some really good Christmas parties, but that's the only thing you're ever going to get out of it. You're never going to get a card. You're not going to get a gift. You're not going to get a gift card. These are multi-billion-dollar things. They only have the Christmas party, and that was ruined really because the people find everything offensive. So the only way that you can actually not make it offensive is and just call it a holiday party.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever attended one, probably, which is all right because I'd be the only one that's probably drunk and falling over. But
hell no.
You know, when I was working for Structures Unlimited, right before I got locked up and everything like that, and you know, I was out working and stuff like that. I was down in Texas, and I'm down in Dallas working, and all of a sudden I get my check one day, and well, here's holidays, and I didn't think it. I called him up, and I'm like, hey, is there a mistake here? And he's like, what's that? I said, well, you got like $2,000 here extra on my check. And he's like, oh no, that's a holiday pay. That's your bonus for the year.
Wow.
I was like, really?
That's awesome.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and them are the people. That's a small company, and them are the people that appreciate. They see your work. And that's but they closed the day room here. They just closed it, but it's like this. Quote of the week is life is like balancing on a bike. You have to keep moving forward.
Yeah, and if you slow down too much, you'll fall off.
That's right.
That means you die, man.
You might get run over by the book. In my possibility, I'd probably get ran over by it.
Yeah.
I ran myself over once, so.
Oh, shit. Painful.
Oh, yeah, I thought I put the truck in park, and said it was in reverse, and as I was taking a leak, I was getting run over.
Oh, my God.
The door kept pushing me.
Oh,
like,
my
what
God.
What the hell's going on?
Who's closing the door while I'm trying to piss? Huh?
So there's the laugh of the week and the quote. So you guys all be safe and everything like that, and I'll talk to you guys this weekend or this coming week or whenever you guys are on.
All right. Yeah, you too. Yeah,
I'll see you Wednesday then.
Wednesday.
All right, Wednesday. I'll talk to you guys Wednesday.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good night.
All right. Yep. You too.
All right.
All of you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Yep.
Ain't that something I never say bye? I always say later.
Say bye later.
It's so definite.
You want to know why? Because I work a lot on the phones. Every job has like some phone duty, and that's the only way the other person never hangs up.
Yeah.
You gotta say bye now. You'll hear me say that constantly. Like, when I'm at work, I'll be like, okay, bye now, bye. Because people don't know. Even when I'm talking to my mom, and then it just still keeps going for a couple more minutes. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. Because you gotta be able to end the conversation. It just has to stop. I'm just kidding.
I was looking at teddy bear. Your mom's got some very, very expensive teddy bears there.
You can have them. I'll gift them to you. You can have them.
I don't want them all. I want that.
You can have them all.
I want that teddy. The brown one.
You want to know why?
I want that one.
You want to know why?
You
want to know why I'm so giving?
That gold one with the.
I'll just get it back anyways.
The red tag in the ear. I want that one. The teddy bear. Teddy. It's a curly, brown, curly one.
Wow, do you hear this, Richie?
That's your mom.
My dad's like really been
She's
scoping
not even
out the
dead, and he already wants her
Dude.
stuff. Listen, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's do it. You look.
Yeah, you look like
worse for wear.
your eyes are all beaded out right now.
Yeah.
So,
All right, this is Michelle.
This is Ken.
This is Rich.
And this is
The
Manwich Show. Like, subscribe, and follow. Where's that little thing that you said you were going to put up so I could do that? There it is. Boop. Boop. I like it.
Because we're a great nation, our challenges seem complex. It will always be this way. But as long as we remember our first principles and believe in ourselves, the future will always be ours. And something else we learned. Once you begin a great movement, there's no telling where it'll end. We, the people. We, the people, tell the government what to do. It doesn't tell us. We, the people, are the driver. The government is the car. And we decide where it should go and by what route and how fast. Almost all the world's constitutions are documents in which governments tell the people what their privileges are. Our Constitution is a document in which we, the people, tell the government what it is allowed to do. We, the people, are free. But man is not free unless government is limited. There's a clear cause and effect here that is as neat and predictable as a law of physics. As government expands, liberty contracts. Nothing is less free than pure communism. We must keep up our guard, but we must also continue to work together to lessen and eliminate tension and mistrust. It's still trust, but verify. It's still play, but cut the cards. It's still watch closely, and don't be afraid to see what you see. You won every battle with every call you made and letter you wrote demanding action. Well, action is still needed. This national feeling is good, but it won't count for much, and it won't last unless it's grounded in thoughtfulness and knowledge. And informed patriotism is what we want. And are we doing a good enough job teaching our children what America is and what she represents in the long history of the world? We've got to do a better job of getting across that America is freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of enterprise, and freedom is special and rare. It's fragile. It needs production. So we've got to teach history based not on what's in fashion, but what's important. Why the Pilgrims came here, who Jimmy Doolittle was, and what those 30 seconds over Tokyo meant. If we forget what we did, we won't know who we are. Let's start with some basics. More attention to American history and a greater emphasis on civic ritual. And let me offer lesson number one about America. All great change in America begins at the dinner table. So tomorrow night in the kitchen, I hope the talking begins. And children, if your parents haven't been teaching you what it means to be an American, let them know and nail them on it. That would be a very American thing to do. I've spoken of the shining city all my political life, but I don't know if I ever quite communicated what I saw when I said it. But in my mind, it was a tall, proud city built on rocks stronger than oceans, windswept, God-blessed, and teeming with people of all kinds living in harmony and peace. Goodbye, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
I'm Michelle, and I approve of that.